Waiting on my boo thing to come. How y'all doing? I give y'all a little time to come in here. Now, keep in mind that my sweet husband needed a nap because he works so very, very hard every day to provide for us. And so he was taking a nap. I didn't wake him up until the last minute because I wanted him to get all of his nap. So that's why we're just now getting started. But how y'all doing? How y'all been? What's been going on? And you know when he come, he's going to try to like fix these cameras. But hopefully he will feel like I did a good enough job. Oh my God! No, you did not. Oh my God!
That girl. Slugged out, baby. With the fangs. Get in there. Get in there. Yeah.
No.
Woo, I got a grill.
So many times we do things for.
I don't know about your alignment.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Whole wall in there. Ain't got nothing pulled over. Hold on, man. Hold on, y'all. Let me get y'all straight. Yeah. Oh Lord have mercy.
It was straight.
Oh Lord have mercy.
That's straight.
Yeah, straight, but you ain't got no wall alignment or nothing in there. Like that better, y'all? Yes.
I'm sure that it was okay to begin with. And now I gotta remind you where we looking, baby. Where are we looking?
Right here, baby. We're looking at you too. Y'all want to put my grill back in?
No, they do not.
Okay, yeah, they do. They want the grill.
Hey, y'all. Hey, Jamal. How you doing? Hey, howdy, neighbor. I see you are here.
Who?
Our neighbor. The wife of a music teacher of excellence.
Oh, what up, y'all? Y'all owe us a little hangout. I know we had to slide on y'all one night. We ain't seen y'all since.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Don't give up on us, please.
Don't give up, man. We be grinding out here, y'all. Dang. We be missing people. But y'all like that grill though?
No, they did not like that.
Yeah,
grill.
They did. They
don't encourage that. Don't encourage that behavior. Don't encourage that behavior. So listen, couple of things that I just wanted to say before we got started on today's episode, which is sure to be a really, really good one. Number one, shout out to Siskin Children's Institute and the invitation that they gave us to participate in Star Night. It was a beautiful night.
Man, 125 years for Siskin, 75 years for the Children's Institution.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. We're talking about legacy, but I mean, they brought everybody out.
Yeah.
From Chattanooga mayor to Ronald McDonald House CEO.
To Corey Jones, extraordinaire.
To Mia Jones. She got more love than I did, and I know the people. You know what I'm saying?
They love me because you love me.
But I mean, it was an amazing event. If you've never checked out Siskin Children's Institution, it's a hospital and it's about autism. It's just an amazing story about how it came to be, but to see the extraordinary work that they're doing for the children, and everything is scientifically proven what they do, so it's not someone going in and saying that they can do this and do that. Nah, they got facts.
Right.
They got white paper studies backing up everything they do for families, preparing them to work with children who have autism. I mean, it's amazing. I was proud to be invited, and of course we came in there styled out.
My baby was fresh to death. Also, I have to also give a quick shout out to CMA. Thank you so much for donating 2 tickets to CMA Awards, as well as a poster that had been signed by all these country artists to be in the enter into the silent auction. Thank you so much for that. And also, Fawn, we love you, sis.
Thank you for signing those bottles we put into the silent auction.
Yeah, from Uncle Nearest. So
it was dope, man. They had Pappy 23, Pappy 15, Pappy 10, and had signed bottles from Uncle Nearest. In in that silent auction, and just to have our representation there meant the world to us.
Yeah.
And it was just phenomenal.
I agree. You know, it's so important to show up when you can, how you can. And thank you to everybody who gave and showed up at that incredible event last night. It was amazing. And then today, I went to the TEDx talk for my dear sis and my sweet love, Mariah. Oh my God.
Bone.
She killed it. I was so proud. I was so
Man.
proud. I was sitting up in there like a big sister, tearing up.
Right.
She did her like, she got people up dancing. She was incredible.
If y'all don't know who Mariah Smallbone is, she's a Latin artist, female artist, and actress, and
could be a model because she's probably one of them. Oh, and I met her mom today.
What?
I did.
Her mama pretty too.
She is. She is. She is. But you know, if you, her name is spelled Moriah, and so if you get a chance, please go and stream her music. Her EP is coming out really, really soon. As well as she sings, as well as she acts, and as stunningly beautiful, and she could easily give up everything and just hit a runway. She is a beautiful, beautiful woman.
But she's a beautiful spirit.
Oh my God,
man. She's just the coolest person in the world.
Yeah.
You will never know that she's an actress if you ever met her. You would think that she was.
You would know she should be something, right? Yeah.
But just a cool kindred spirit, no matter who she meets. And Mariah, I'm calling you out right now. November 20th, we have the second annual Origins Impact Awards. And I'm calling you out to be on that stage, lady.
I
know.
I love you.
So rock the stage out.
I love you so much. And you know, speaking of giving back, she recently raised $26,000 for Culture City, which is an organization that helps people who have neurodivergent, so autism and things like that. They give them sensory stuff. And so she is on their board. She raised all this money. And so, you know, I think that when you're a really good human, you attract other good humans, right? You know, and that is the blessing of living a life of service and being kind to people, because you find yourself around other people who are kind and thoughtful to people.
You attract that energy.
You attract that energy for sure. I think that's all my housekeeping that I had to get us going.
You'll come up with something, man.
If I do, then I will. You know, today we are going to talk about the hidden ways that we self-sabotage our relationships, our love, and our intimacy. Now, you know, people say we have relationship goals. So can you think of something?
That's pretty cool.
It really is. I can dig it. Thank y'all.
Most people would say that's pressure.
It ain't no pressure because it's easy. You make it easy, my love.
You do too. She just don't bother me. She knows she wake me up, I'm gonna be grumpy from the nap.
I did. Y'all should have seen me like waking him up from the nap. I went in there and I was like, "Hey, we doing the show?" Yeah. Okay, baby. It's 7:15. Okay. And I left him alone. I came in here and I started trying to do all of the things. One thing to keep in mind when we're talking about self-sabotage, even people like Corey and I, people who love each other dearly, sometimes we have a habit of letting certain things get in our own way. It's just like sneaky habits that'll steal your joy or steal your closeness. I'm trying to think of something, maybe you will be quicker than me, that could have gone left this week, like a self-sabotaging moment that didn't.
You telling me that Waze is better at navigating than me? You know, Waze don't know all the back streets like we do. I'm just trying to tell you, I don't need Waze for everything. Let's start there. Let's go there. Perfect setup, huh?
Well, listen, first of all, we were going to Chattanooga to the Star Night event. I turned on Waze because I turn on Waze no matter where I'm going. Even if I'm just going to the grocery store, I always turn on Waze because they also tell you where the police are. And they also tell you where the potholes are. So it's just a good habit to turn on a little extra helper. He said that he wanted to go another way because Waze was telling us that we needed to get off on this certain exit, and he didn't want to do that. He wanted to go his own way. And
No,
I said,
Waze was saying there was traffic up ahead.
mm-hmm,
Okay, but Waze didn't show alternate routes.
that was the route.
Waze didn't show alternate routes
Uh-huh.
around the traffic.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I knew how to get around the traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
Now you may proceed. Now
Okay.
that you have the whole story, world.
Okay, so then as he turns off
No, it
the
don't,
street.
James. I consult Waze.
He turns off the interstate and gets on Sam Ridley.
James said it right. Waze consults. It gives you an idea of what
He
you
gets
should
off
do.
on Sam Ridley. And I said, I just don't know what it is about men that they will not listen to Waze. That's what I said. I said it just like that.
What else did you need to say after saying that facetious comment?
It's true.
It's not true.
It is true. But anyway, he goes, fine, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to go back the way you wanted to go.
Yeah.
I said, no.
Too late. It's too late to apologize.
I said, no, don't worry about it. Go your way, because you drive to Chattanooga all the time. So I'm sure if there's another way to be known, you'll know it. No, I'm going to follow Waze. I'm going to follow Waze. I'm going to follow Waze.
Follow Waze.
So I got quiet. And this, I want to tell y'all as a reason why we win. This is why we as a unit win. We didn't even get to the next exit before the argument was over. Like we didn't even get to what? Almaville Road?
Oh, we were good.
We were good by Almaville Road. But let me tell you what happened. He goes,
I broke traffic, rode down the lane that you wasn't supposed to ride in just to go past all the traffic. Got all the way past all the traffic, jeopardizing my license because my wife had it in her head that Waze is the way. And so by the time we got up there, Waze was still saying, get off the interstate.
What ended up happening is I just changed the subject altogether. I don't even remember what we started talking about.
Because she knew I was right.
No, because I knew he doesn't like to admit when he's wrong. And so it was so small that I was like, I'm not about to ruin my good time over this. It ain't even that important, right? It would be self-sabotage for me to continue to try to fight that fight when I know better. I know better.
What did you know better?
I knew that when I changed the subject, he would look his pretty face over there at me and say, what'd you say, honey? Say it for the people.
Me and Waze was right.
No. I want you to say what you said.
I don't even remember.
Oh, I remember.
What did I say?
You said, I just didn't want to admit you was right, but Waze was right. That's what you said.
Well,
that's what you said.
Okay, now, let me put a pause. Let me put a pin in it.
Put a pin in it.
Waze was right that I could get past that traffic, which I did. I went all the way around the traffic in the wrong lane and got past the traffic. Did I not?
Was it the direction Waze told you to go?
Yes.
Okay. There we have it. With him and Waze together, there's nothing we can't do.
I didn't know. I didn't have to have Waze. Waze was taking me around, telling me to keep straight. But at any rate, I was going around all the traffic, getting right back on Almaville.
But I was right.
And getting back on 24, which
I was right.
Even when you got to Almaville Road, Waze was telling you to get off the interstate and then get back on it. Was that right? I
was right.
No. Was that part of Waze right?
I was right. So I'm going to get into what self-sabotage looks like.
She's sabotaging right now. She wasn't right.
I was right.
Sabotage.
Don't you take that. Don't you take that back.
Sabotage, y'all.
Don't you take that back. Don't you take that back. So, okay.
Self-sabotage is just, I'd rather just not even keep arguing the point because I was right. She didn't know the back road. I did.
Well, I want to give you guys some examples of what self-sabotage looks like. So giving the silent treatment instead of speaking up, which is what I started doing on that trip.
Silent treatment?
I mean, yeah, silent enough. I was just not not going to talk about it because you were agitating me at that point. So I was not going to talk about it at that point. Or saying, I'm fine when you know you are not fine. Comparing, now I ain't never, ever, have you ever done this? No, I don't think you have. Comparing a partner to an ex or a fantasy.
You can't be 4'5" and thick. I can't. It ain't no good comparison.
Oh my God.
I ain't got nothing to compare with.
Or checking out emotionally when life gets busy, and that's one I think that creeps up very, very often. In fact, all of these do. When you think about you being in your relationship, sometimes silence can be violent.
Oh, silence is violent.
Yeah.
That's why they call them snipers.
Right. Right. And saying that you're fine, and all of us have done it, men and women. Everybody has said, I'm fine, when you know good and well you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would hope that most people know better than to compare their person with their ex or, something like that.
Yeah, they start doing that. You need to check on that.
Right.
They need to be back with their ex.
Or I honestly feel like the checking out emotionally comes when you do the silent treatment or you saying you're fine, because you really are pushing forward a problem or an issue in your relationship that you don't want to deal with in that moment.
Right.
Like this grill. Like,
I mean,
I'm fine.
Okay, my bad. Love my grill.
Well,
Miles love it too.
Nah, I don't, and I bought them and I hate them. But
so you gonna give me the green ones?
I'll get you whatever you want, baby.
Oh, say less. It ain't a fight no more.
It's not.
I have to fight to get my grill. Please.
So when you are doing those behaviors, when you are giving the silent treatment, or you saying you're fine, I think one of the reasons why people do that, again, is because at the moment they may not be emotionally prepared to deal with it, or they have already identified that somebody is going to react badly or it's going to be a blow up. So I don't want to say that taking that time to process is a problem, but when you weaponize your silence, that's when it becomes a problem.
Well, yeah, it's because it's almost like pipes in your walls. You can't see when a pipe is getting ready to burst. You may hear the pressure building up when you turn the water on sometimes, or not, right? Mm-hmm. But you don't realize that pipe is about to burst a lot of the times. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, you got a catastrophe in your walls, and next thing you know, your ceiling's leaking. Ceiling's about to fall out. So you have to release, and that's part of the sabotage. If you don't release, then all you're doing is making that bomb a lot more powerful. So when it does explode, it's a mess, right?
I also thought about myself as I was preparing for this week. I remember so many times me telling you I'm fine, or no, it's okay, and you probing me on that. You wouldn't let that stand. And I can say, if I'm being honest, some of the reasons why I would say I was fine wasn't just that I didn't want to deal with it emotionally at the time. I think one factor for my I'm fine was that I just wasn't sure if I should be or not. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, if whatever is upsetting me, is this something real or something that I've manufactured?
Right.
That's number one. Number two is I'm a solution-oriented person. So if I talk to you, I want to be able to express to you what I need instead of that, instead of whatever behavior that made me say I'm fine.
Right.
But that's why, and then again, and then two, being safe, right? Not thinking, if I say this to him, how is he going to react? Is he going to be mad at me? Is he going to feel like I'm weaponizing something? Right. When you get to a level of empathy where you're very considerate and thoughtful of your partner, you do consider how those things are going to show up for them. What are the ramifications of that? But you should not say you're fine if you're not. Right. You should be able to express that.
Right. That's important. And again, you said key words, safe. Do you feel safe enough to do this? had a discussion today with a gentleman, one of my brothers, Ronnie Yates, about that. A lot of times the outburst isn't even about that moment.
Yeah.
You could have one outburst, and I think that discussion was about the man forgot to take the trash out. Listening. It wasn't even about the trash.
Right.
It was about him listening. But again, the reasons for that outburst, the reason for that moment is because it's been more pressure building up over time.
Right. Right.
And why does that pressure build up? People don't feel okay to express. People don't feel like they are being heard.
Right.
So that's when you have the shutdowns, right? And the reason for that is because of that immaturity in the relationship, not being able to hear or not being prepared to hear. I think a lot of times some people need to learn how to be prepared to hear, right? Because the first thing is defense.
Right.
We're not prepared to hear what somebody else is getting ready to say to us because we're so prepared to give what you feel. What's the retort?
Yeah.
Right?
And the way that the self-sabotage shows up internally is that you live in a life being a martyr, right? And some people are comfortable with that. They like being the victim. They like being the martyr. They like being the person who they can say, well, this person did me wrong.
Right.
But it does not help you become the healthiest version of yourself you can be. You need to learn how to be able to express yourself in a manner that is healthy. And share how you feel. You're a human being. You feel away. If you feel away, say you feel away,
But it's not all about you all the time.
Well, in this instance, I'm specifically talking about yourself.
Gotcha.
Because in this instance, we're talking about the ways that we mess up the church's money for ourselves, right? Yes, you need to be considerate of your partner, but that sometimes if you're overly considerate of somebody else, you don't consider yourself at all.
True.
Now some of the reasons why people struggle with self-sabotage is fear of rejection, and you just talked about that. No one wants to be rejected. So where you'll go with it is, I'm just not going to say anything because I don't want to be disappointed.
Right.
I told the story when we first started doing this show about my ex-husband always doing breakfast, right? Even though I told him, no, I don't want breakfast. I don't want that. Even today, when you were talking to your friend, talking about another incident where I'm giving you what you want. I'm giving you what you want. And if you decide, I'm not even going to tell them anymore because they should know. That's how that shows up in our coaching clients, right? I'm not going to tell this person what to do for me because they should know.
That's not the case.
That's not the case. And guess what? You hurting yourself. I'm hurting myself if I don't tell you what I need.
Yeah.
Right? So that's one reason. Another reason is old wounds and trauma. Sometimes we have a habit of punishing the person we're with today because of the person we were with yesterday.
Old hurt.
Old unhealed hurt.
And old unhealed hurt is such an unfair thing for your new relationship. And that's why we tell people give yourself some space, give yourself some time after a relationship, because you got to reconcile some things. You got to put things in place. Hey, this doesn't belong here in my new time. Right. There's nothing I can do to go back to 2024's New Year's.
Right.
Right. I can't go back.
Right.
So whatever firecracker I was supposed to pop just didn't get popped. Right. And what can you do about it? So we can't keep dragging these traumas into everything that we want to move forward with. Right. Because now you're not being fair to your future. Now, a lot of things can look identical, right? You can say, hey, I remember what this looked like from something in the past, but is it the same thing?
Right.
I mean, you see new cars come out all the time with the exact body style, right? It was 2025, and the old Escalade may look just like this, 23, 20, but it's not the same. It's a different year that was built.
It's a different version.
It's a different version, even if they just tweaked a little bit, right? So yeah, it can be a reminder, but it's not fair to drag that. So it's, getting past that old hurt is your responsibility now.
It is. And, the other thing I'll say is that right there is one reason why I highly recommend a therapist and a coach. because a therapist typically will help you get to the root of whatever is going on, which means that you are revisiting trauma. And, again, especially for men, but women too, our partner, someone we have a lot of faith in, we highly recommend is Dr. James Bush.
Yes.
But even he or any therapist worth their salt will always tell you it is getting to the root of it, the why of what you're doing. And sometimes they can help you through a plan. But I'll tell you, for me, I've had a coach, right? I still have a coach. I have a therapist, right? But I need both of those people to work in tandem because I need a therapist to tell me the why, because sometimes I can't see it. You are too close to it to be able to take a step back and assess what's going on. But my coach helps me know what to do with it.
And that's about the same analogy as me and Waze. See, Waze couldn't see the alternative routes that I knew because some of the roads ain't even got no signs. Okay. Some of them roads don't even appear on the map. And Waze didn't know that. So you had Waze, the therapist, and you had Jones, the coach, right? And we could have worked that out without no help. You understand? And it's just like my brother Nate says, it's shadow work. Some of the things that you're trying to fix, you don't even know what you're trying to fix because you don't see it, right? So I'm trying to work in the blind here because she couldn't see that I knew where I was going.
Now, what I'll tell you, you remember when I told you that my mantra is my piece is more important than my point?
Exactly, because I was pointing her in the right direction.
Through these, right?
You're just not going to acknowledge anything I just said? Because it was the perfect setup.
Yeah, that's a great
the coach
analogy,
and
baby.
Really? You're going to do that in public. You're going to do that in front of our friends. You're supposed to wait. Give me the wink. Don't embarrass me in front of my friends.
No, that was a great analogy, huh? It really was. It was. I loved it. It was perfection.
Oh man, you just ain't no cap. You the root cause.
Well, here's the thing. Even really strong people, even really healthy couples can fall into some of these patterns.
Yes.
I feel like you and I are one of the most solid couples that I know. Not to toot my own horn, but I really do. I told you yesterday, I'm so grateful that you choose to spend time with me. Like you're my favorite person to hang out with. But even in all of that, we can fall into these patterns.
True.
And so it's really important for us to be able to identify it when it happens and when we're doing those things to ourselves, and then B, to catch it and then be able to pivot.
Right.
We talk a lot about, I will tell you, we coach all different kind of couples, Black couples, white couples, straight couples, gay couples. It don't matter. We cover a lot of territory and singles, but some patterns that I have found that are unique to the Black experience, and a Southern Black experience in particular, is that when we start trying to do work on ourselves and think about how you be accountable to things like that and identify it, so much of that is rooted in pain, and repercussions. And nobody wants to do something that's going to get them hurt.
True.
And so you struggle with that part of it, that part of figuring out. And then those narratives a lot of times can keep you from being able to do the things you want to do. So I want to give this example, this analogy. Hopefully it'll work. I go to honky tonks all the time in Nashville, right? I do. Don't we go to honky tonks?
Yes.
Okay. We go to all the honky tonks. I was in one today, Category 10. It's a beautiful venue. You need to check it out.
It's right on 2nd Avenue.
Yeah, beautiful.
It used to be Wild Horse Saloon.
Oh, it's a beautiful venue. They've done some stuff. I think it should
be Wild Horse Saloon.
They have done some stuff. It's fancy.
It was dope in there before.
Well, I say all that to say I might be one of one or one of 5 Black people on any given night in the spaces that I'm in.
Can I fix that? It's getting on my nerves.
What's getting on your nerves, huh?
The light that you didn't set up right.
I set it up that way so you could see us well here. You see, that's the best lighting
I'm
we've
talking about the one that
had.
just went off.
Go ahead, baby. Go ahead, my love.
See how she just pivoted just then. She
Go
didn't
ahead,
let that
baby.
annoy her.
Mm-mm.
That was another example. I was just trying to give y'all some ways to understand.
You want to fix it while I give this analogy?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. See how that works? So if I am not typically going into these very, very white spaces and feeling like I don't supposed to be there, it's because I have a great self-awareness. I walk in the room with joy. I don't walk into any rooms that I don't think I'm supposed to be in. And I'm going to say this, and I really, really hope that no one thinks that I'm trying to minimize your pain or some of the things that you may have gone through. But one thing I want you to understand for sure, a lot of times we keep ourselves from being able to do the things that we want to do because we believe that somebody doesn't, they don't want us there. You know, we walk into spaces. I'm not going to go to downtown Nashville because they don't want us there. Well, who is they? I've never had anybody run me out of downtown, and I'm not saying that you have, but that self-sabotage will make you feel like you don't deserve to be in spaces that you have every right to be. You know, Corey is somebody that encourages me and he rides me like Seabiscuit. You need to say you want this. You need to say you deserve that because he sees value in me. But a lot of times we don't ask for the raise. We don't ask for the promotion because we don't believe it for ourselves, because we don't want to be disappointed. So we are not going to go for it. Mm-hmm. And that is a part of self-sabotage. Mm-hmm. You're showing up based on what media portrayals are. You already know. You put me on to a book a friend of yours just wrote. And I listened to the first chapter. And he told this incredible story.
Yes. Go ahead.
He told this incredible story about how he was running, and there was an older white lady, and she rolled her windows up and let out this noise. She was clearly frightened by this 6'2" black guy with dreadlocks, but who was out for a jog. And funny enough, listening to like, I'm gonna make it up, but it literally was like school, like high school musical, like some music like that.
Right.
Very, very non-threatening guy. But because of the portrayals in media, it will break us because it's hard, because you never know if somebody is a bigot or an asshole.
Right.
You just can't ever tell.
Right.
And not that they're mutually exclusive, but you just can't ever tell. And so we have to be mindful of the things that the media, people in our house, let's get to it. Good hair, bad hair, high yellow is pretty, brown skin is not, tall men get better jobs, better pay, short men, whatever. Like we have all of these things that are going on out here in the ether, and it can impact our own self-confidence. Right. And we can find ourselves sabotaging ourselves and taking ourselves out of an opportunity just because we believe that's what the world sees in us.
Right. Shout out to Tyler Perry, and that book is called "I Take My Coffee Black." Tyler Merritt.
Thank you. I was like,
shout out to Tyler Merritt. That title of that book is "I Take My Coffee Black." He's got a new book. If it hasn't released, it's about to release, but check both. No, actually, it did release. I just bought the second book. Cannot remember the name of that second book. I haven't gotten to it yet. But that first one is "I Take My Coffee Black." Please check that out. I suggest the audio book because when you hear it coming from his own words, his own expressions, the book hits different. You know what I mean? So please check that out. And if you don't know who he is, please go to Instagram and look up Tyler Merritt. I Take My Coffee Black. Man, you'll see this brother profound in the community, and just a all around solid dude. So check it out.
So we've talked about ways that we self-sabotage.
You say who?
You know, I used to have a speech impediment. I went to years of speech therapy. And the scary part is, this is what I got. Like, this is after all of the training, all of the work, this is what you have with me.
She didn't realize I stuttered.
I didn't. I did not.
I covered it so well, she never realized it. And every now and then she was like, "You do, don't you?" I told you.
Oh my goodness.
She's like, I never realized you did that. I said, I covered it well, homie. You just didn't know it.
Well,
quit tickling y'all children out here, man. I'm saying all that tickling does it.
the final thing I want to talk about in terms of how we self-sabotage and how they can show up. If you have all of that going on, guess what? Intimacy is going to be really, really hard to get to.
Especially when you grow into a little bit more maturity, where it's not just about sex. You know what I mean? It's hard to be intimate with someone that you don't have that connection with. You know, going from an argument straight to the bedroom, it don't work that.
No,
it don't work like that no more.
No,
you know. So,
and it disrupts intimacy altogether. We laughed last week, I think, a week before last, when I prayed to you with my foot.
Yeah, because God was not pleased.
He was pleased with me. He was not. He was pleased with me. But like that's the thing, man. You know, intimacy is not just sex, but it'll disrupt the intimacy in your house. It'll make you say, forget that shower tonight.
Yes, it will.
It'll make you say, don't snuggle close to me tonight. It'll make you not kiss in the morning before you leave. It'll make you, all of those little things are not about sex. It's about intimacy.
Yes.
Maybe instead of coming home and taking my nap and being refreshed when my wife comes home so we can chit chat it up and start working on something else. Maybe it's I'll figure out how to do it on my own. No, right. I'm gonna go somewhere else, not to some other woman, not to some other man, just go somewhere else. I need to remove myself from this energy. So please, please, please be mindful of those ways that self-sabotage can come in and disrupt your home and your own spirit. So it wouldn't be fair for us to call all of those behaviors out and not give some tips to people on what they can do in order to
combat those situations.
Yeah.
All right, hit them with it. Want me to go first?
Yeah, sure.
The pause and pivot rule. Notice when you're shutting down, pause, then say one honest sentence instead. Notice when you're shutting down, pause, then say one honest sentence instead. If you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all.
Well, you know what?
Pause.
I paused yesterday and I pivoted the conversation to something else. Remember?
You paused. I paused.
We both stopped talking.
So you're saying I shut down?
No, I'm not. I'm saying I shut down.
I know one thing that got shut down. Ways.
I shut down because I was frustrated. And then I pivoted the conversation to something else. I went to Facebook because Facebook always got some shenanigans you can talk about. Man, can you believe Lil Nas X?
That's exactly what she did.
Right. So I pulled up something. Can you believe Lil Nas X? And just like that, the tension was broken. Right? Man, no, I can't believe. You think it was a stunt? We did all of that. And then as he's laughing and talking, that's when he hit me with, yeah, I wasn't going to tell you this, but yeah, you might have been a little bit right. We were both right. Wait, he did all of that. But the point in that is when you shut down and pivot to something else, it can keep you from creating a story in your mind because you start building that story up so fast,
right? Like
so fast before you even recognize that you're doing it. The first thing you'll think is, oh, so he think I'm stupid. He don't trust me. I feel like what I say has value. Does he trust other people more than me? Like you'll go down a whole rabbit hole
for nothing.
For nothing. You know what I mean? And so that pause and that pivot is so very important.
Right. Pause, pivot, shut ways down, do your thing, homie.
One honest sentence instead. And that honest sentence doesn't need to have nothing to do with the current situation at hand. Now, if you are blazing mad at each other, that might be harder to do.
Oh, that's the best time to do it. You're going to tell the truth.
But I still say
it ain't say something honestly good.
No, it says say one honest sentence.
It says say one.
But it would not be one
Your
honest.
breath stink.
Boy. I know we love each other because we are the people who
we done got to the listen, it was funny. We was in the shower, man. And I think that was the first time that one of us said, man, you good?
I did you that way. Because you had told me that because
Really?
My jalapeno chips and all of the things.
Man, them damn
He
jalapeno
hates
chips,
them with his
dude.
soul.
I can't even stand the smell
But that
of
was the
them no more.
first time that I ever noticed it. I was like, bruh, no, I think I said your breath
I ate
stank.
something. You
Yeah.
were like,
Your breath
your
stank.
breath stank. I was like, I said, we done made it. We got total honesty with each other.
We
like,
cried laughing.
man, it was funny because we won't say stuff like that. Like,
Right.
we'll hit hard stuff to talk about.
Right.
But,
real hard.
Yeah,
but
the little like, I can't tell her that.
Tell her that.
And man, she
tell her
said, babe, I don't know what I just finished eating. Like, hey, your breath stank. I'm like, thank you for telling me. You know, but no, I mean, but honest, you know, but try to make that honest sentence something that will bring y'all back to our level.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't be brutal. That's not the time to take a jab. You know, if you're trying to bring calm to a storm,
yeah,
don't throw nothing, no more of your hailstorm in the middle of that. So keep it cool.
This next one, I love. It is definitely one that you can employ all the time when that tension is really high. Bring humor, a soft touch, an inside joke, anything like that, just to break the tension in the room, the tension in the space. We do that often, right?
That's because you're silly.
Well, I know, but we still do it. And I happen to be married to somebody that's just as silly as I am. And I love you and I love that for us.
And I love that for us.
Another thing that you can do. Oh my God, stop it. Another thing. I was talking about serious stuff. Okay. Another thing that you can do is a 60-second touch reset. This is something that I have been doing with my husband for a while now, because I hope you don't mind me saying this.
You talking about how you touched me down there?
You think that's what I'm about to talk about?
I mean, you said a
You think that's what I'm about to talk? You think that's what I'm about to talk about?
That's like a reset.
You think that's what I'm about to talk about here on Beyonce's Internet? That's not what I was about to say.
All right, go ahead, get to it. Now you're playing too much.
Oh my God, that's what happened when he first wake up from a nap. He all over the place. He refreshed, ready to go, like a little go-go gadget. No, you know, because we've been really, really, really transparent with each other. You shared some things with me from childhood. You've shared things with me from past relationships, and there are certain things that can shut you down really, really easy. And arguing is one of them. Like, you just don't want to argue. And lucky for you, you married somebody who also don't like to argue. But one thing I found was just putting my hand on his chest, because it's a Superman chest. You see it moving. Oh, I'm smitten. I got the biggest crush. He's so fine. Oh, he's so fine. But anyway, I put my hand right here.
Put my hand up on your hip.
When I dip, you dip, we dip.
You put your hand up on my hip. Okay.
What does that do for you in those moments?
I dip, you dip, we dip. No.
God bless you. Good night. What did I say?
No, for me in those moments, I think we forget the importance of touch. But there are different touches, right? And we also got to be careful of what the touch is, because some touch can be resentful. Like, some people don't want to be bothered when they feel some kind of way. They don't want to touch, but everything else that we built around situations or anything like that has made a touch acceptable, right? Because that touch is a touch of peace and calm, saying, hey, my shield and my sword is down. You know what I mean? And I think that's where we have to get, because for some people, the touch may not be the thing.
I think what also helped me is, like you said, having that really good awareness of who you are and what you need in different moments. But also some of the words I say, hey, I'm not here to fight you. Like, that ain't what this is. I recognize that, because your body would physically change, right? So if I say something, the first thing you would do is like take a breath, like you can see
Mm-hmm.
your chest rising, like, oh, here we go, right?
Right.
And so it was important to me to bring you back here. You don't
Mm-hmm.
have to, you can put down your sword and shield, as you said.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a fight. And I think that's an important thing to do in your relationship, whether it's on the chest or little hand, your hand on his arm. Stop, not stop, stop. It is a very powerful thing to be able to do that. The next one, number 4, baby.
Okay, number 4, and James, you're right. It's incredible who a man can be when he feels safe. That's a great point. Men need to feel safety too.
Yeah.
So going into the next point, thank you for sharing that, James. Speak desire, not defense. Instead of you never, say I love it if. Right, and we speak about changing the language all the time. We have to, if something's not working, right, there's a reason that it's not working. You may need to alter this or alter that, or just completely trash that idea and come up with something new. So instead of telling someone you never, right, you have to understand the psyche that's working there. When you say you never, well, that person can be thinking about, well, who did? Right, says I never do it, but who does it? Right? Who are you comparing me to? Right? Because I'm me. So instead of saying certain words in a defensive posture, well, you never do this. Relax it. Relax the moment. And if it's something that you truly desire, change the language in a calm posture.
Yeah.
Not in that moment. I love it if you did this, because I like it when you do that. And what's happening is you're communicating your wants, your desires. Again, we're expecting everybody to understand that you should already know. That is not fair. Okay, that is totally unfair to say that someone should already know. I'm not living in your head. She's not living in your head. Give us an opportunity, right, to get it right. So if you would love it if, express it.
Express it that way. One thing that I love about you is how often you check in. You know what I mean? Not when something bad has happened, ever. It's never at those moments. It is just random times that my husband will stop everything.
Right, Mike Maynard.
One thing that I appreciate is you checking in. Hey, do you feel safe, baby? Hey, baby, do you feel protected? Hey, baby, are you okay?
Right.
How do you feel? You do those check-ins often. Like it's not like every 6 months. It might be once a week, once every couple of weeks. And I do the same for you. Babe, am I showing up the way you need me to?
Right.
Baby, do you need something else from me? Where am I being short? And that is such a big kind of love, a big kind of respect, a big kind of trust. Because the reason why you could ask me a question like that is that you trust that I'm trying to tell you what I need and not just sending you on this wild goose chase.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you something. When men ask you, what do you need? How can they show up for you? Monetary is one thing, but that ain't what's gonna give you peace.
No.
That's not like when they saying, do I show up for you the right way? Do you feel comfortable? Do you feel like I ain't going nowhere? Do you feel like I'm gonna make sure that we get this money saved?
Right.
I'm gonna make sure that these bills get paid. I'm gonna make sure that Miles is at football practice. I'm gonna make sure that Malia makes it on the dance. I'm gonna do these things to make sure you're okay. That's big.
Right. As you were speaking, it's like we make big deals out of big things, but we don't make big deals out of the things that we consider small, right? Making sure these other things are being taken care of. We forget how big that is. You know what I mean? Making sure that these other things are carried out as no different than paying the mortgage or paying. You know, it's like everything is something to be appreciated.
Right.
And if your person is at least doing this, you also need to be compatible where you see them maybe falling short, like simply taking the trash out, right? That ran out here. It's Tuesday. It's trash day. That boy must have been rushing this morning.
Right.
Get on up out here. I got it. And not making that a thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you're speaking so much life with that one. And I appreciate it.
Oh, for sure, man. I think that I never think about what your role is in this house and my role in this house. It's our roles. We get it done. If you see something that needs to happen, do it. If I see something that needs to happen, then do it. Unless it's those times that we so mad at the people that live in this house that we like, no, I'm gonna see how long you take to do it. Another show. Another
pipe
show.
Almost blew today.
Another show, another day. Another day, another show.
That pipe was building pressure.
I understand. He ain't building the tour for me.
And I didn't have nothing nice to say.
I know.
So I couldn't go back to the notes. I ain't had nothing nice to say at all. So I just didn't say nothing.
I'd love it if you would take the trash out. I'd love it if you would empty the dishwasher.
So I'd say I love it if.
Yeah.
I'm going to try that. I'm going to try to change the language.
Yeah, try it.
Because I had some other language.
I got some language too, but we're going to try it. We're going to try the love language.
We're going to try that language.
Yeah.
We be trying it on each other.
We do. We ain't tried it all. That's a good takeaway for y'all. Yeah. Man, this is about relationships most week. But that right there.
That's a tidbit.
That's a tidbit. That's a tidbit for your mama and them, your cousins.
I'd love it if.
I
just learned something.
Yeah.
I just learned something. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try it out on. And if they don't accept I love it if, well, let me tell you something.
Right. Right. Another place that another practical tool you can use is like a family and legacy angle. So frame it for yourself that you're not doing this just for you. You're doing it to break generational curses. Women, and I'll let you talk to men, but for women in particular, man, we pass down some horrible self-sabotaging behaviors to our daughters. And it shows up in an awful way, right? A lot of times the reason why your daughters, those young girls, have such a struggle with self-image is because of things they're hearing when they're growing up. Don't even get me started on social media. And social media is a problem, to be sure, but it's not as powerful as a mother's voice when you're talking to your children about certain things. If you're telling them, man, you don't you need to lose weight, man, and not coming up with a solution for it, right? When you're telling, like, I've heard some wicked advice in my lifetime. I've heard a wet hoo-ha and a dry purse don't match. Well, what are you telling me there? What are you saying there? Are you saying that I should hook? Like,
work it for a Birkin.
Right. What are we talking about here? I've heard broken, traumatized women teach their daughters, you don't need a man. And they hear that from the time they are babies all the way up until they leave their mom's house. Am I boring you, sir?
No, that nap felt good. I'm ready to get back to it.
But it shows up there, when you're telling your daughters that, they hear, I'm not good enough to keep a man. I'm not good enough to attract a man. And it ain't just about attracting somebody. It is about being in love with yourself, but it's hard to be in love with somebody that has been stomped to the ground daily for 18, 25 years, whatever. How does that show up for men when you're trying to break a self-sabotage thing? Because to me, it is telling little boys, or men, go sow your oats, go sow your oats, go sow your oats. Or it's okay for a man to be out here real promiscuous. I think that is a problem because you leaving all these babies out here and you ain't doing nothing about it. I ain't saying that's all men, but
you're gonna keep talking to the men, and you're gonna let me talk to them.
I'm gonna let you talk.
That's something that I love it if you let me talk to them. And I think well, you got reasons for a lot of that activity. Is because men, we weren't taught how to handle our emotions, and so that's a man it's like a outlash.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When you're out there just projecting.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think with men, it's a matter of learning how to control and release and express your emotions,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you get that part understood about yourself, everything else seems to fall in line because now you have an emotional balance,
Right.
right? Which will help men with their sexual promiscuity,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because in a man, naturally, you have this high level of testosterone.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have a high level of emotional disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
Then on top of that, you have emotional immaturity on
Mm-hmm.
top of it. So all of that in one
Mm-hmm.
is catastrophic if you
Mm-hmm.
don't have control.
Mm-hmm.
And so when a man learns how to control emotions, which is
Mm-hmm.
not easy because a
Mm-hmm.
lot of us are, very boisterous with our manhood as far
Mm-hmm.
as sports,
Right. Mm-hmm.
the aggression behind it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's a matter of you understanding how to harness, and that takes a lot of time. And I
Mm-hmm.
say that speaking about myself because
Mm-hmm.
I'm 47 years old
Mm-hmm.
and I'm still learning,
Yeah.
right? But I can tell over time I've been able to handle things differently because I'm handling the emotional parts of it. So as far as men, it's just understanding that we have to start teaching our children at an early age things are okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to talk to me about how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to talk to me about feeling this way or
Mm-hmm.
that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about being soft,
Mm-hmm.
right? We always tell a boy, even this weekend, coaching the kids,
Mm-hmm.
it was when they fall down, hey, jump up, get up, get up.
Mm-hmm.
If you see them laying there a little bit longer, that fall might have hurt a little bit more. So
Mm-hmm.
give them that moment
Right.
to express.
Right.
And then you teach them it's not as bad as you thought it was. Huh?
Right.
I know it hurt,
Mm-hmm.
but can we work through it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the teaching about emotions with men, we were stripped of that part of ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of us didn't have the proper male guidance or too much female guidance,
Mm-hmm.
where we got too soft.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Mm-hmm.
that, oh, you fell down,
Mm-hmm.
you got it too much,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it takes a balance because you go through life trying to figure that out.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want to be too feminine or too soft,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I don't want to be too hard neither.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a dance that men have to learn throughout life.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest part is knowing that your emotions count.
Right.
You know what I mean? Your
Mm-hmm.
emotion need to be understood and talked about as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why the therapy is so important.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Mm-hmm.
figure out where this started, and let's figure out how it compounded over the years,
Mm-hmm.
and how these things weren't taken care of or discussed.
Right.
Where you understood how to put these in its proper place.
Right.
Right. And so now, as we have Dr. James Bush and people
Mm-hmm.
like that talking
Mm-hmm.
about these things and giving you guidance, or Love Jones giving
Right.
you guidance on how to properly place these things before you start self-sabotaging.
Right.
Right. Because that self-sabotage also comes into a self-protection.
Right.
Right. Because you think that I have to do these things just to protect myself, instead of showing outwardly that I'm actually needing help because I'm having a hard time dealing with my own emotions.
100%. And also, you gonna deal with it, or it's gonna deal with you. Because that behavior can only disrupt your spirit. I think about how heart attacks and strokes are so prevalent, and heart disease. We were talking. People always tell us that we look good for our age or whatever. And what do you tell them? We got stress and what?
What do I tell them?
I can't remember. It's too much of it though. Stress.
It'll hit me.
Right.
Nah, no stress, man.
Like no stress, because we can't worry about those things, and it will have an impact on you. Even if you're thinking, I'm preserving this. Well, no, this ain't self-sabotage. This is self-preservation. No, it's also two things can be true at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you are preserving yourself, but yes, you are sabotaging your future.
Yeah.
And being able to relate and love and accept love in the future.
Yes.
If you don't deal with it.
Yes. Peanut butter and stress diet.
Right.
But, your lifestyle will show itself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And again, it will age you. I was
Mm-hmm.
speaking to someone today about, not handling things early, and then you start trying to figure these things out later on. It's
Mm-hmm.
stress.
Yeah.
We deal with stress totally different at our higher age.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The key to staying and looking young to me is having living your face will tell you your environment. Let me say
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in a high stress environment, it's going to start showing.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to start deteriorating your internal um, system as well. Digestive and everything else. So I just feel it important to understand what is stressing my household
Mm-hmm.
out and what can we do to reduce that.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing is communication.
Yeah. Always comes back to that. We want to leave you guys with a couple of tools that you can do. We gave you some tools you can use if you are having these self-sabotaging moments. But here's a reflection exercise that we want you guys to take part in. Each person in that relationship, you need to know that you need to write down one sneaky habit that you've noticed about yourself that can block intimacy.
Mm.
This is not for you to do it on your partner. So it's not for me to do that for Corey. It's for me to do it for myself, for him to do it for himself. Then share out one way you want to show up with more love instead. Please, y'all send me messages in my DM. If you try this tonight, let us know how it felt to get that out. You better than anybody knows
Right.
you. So feel free to DM us or comment on this video and let me know how your reflection came out. Before we leave, I just want to say to you guys, love is not perfect, not even when it looks like it's perfect.
It's not about being perfect.
No, it's not about being perfect, but it is about being present,
Yes.
Playful. Like we play a lot.
Right.
Y'all see us playing up here every
'Cause you
day.
goofy, man.
He's silly. He's silly. He's silly. And also your willingness to grow.
Right.
So next week.
Lean in, plow. Let me get some of that.
Listen, next week we will be in Little Rock. Whoop, whoop. I'm excited. I can't wait to see my mom. I have missed her so much. So we probably won't be coming live.
We might do it out of Little Rock.
We might. But we're looking forward to it. Of course, as always.
Please. Housekeeping.
Oh yeah.
Baby working on her book.
I am. Thank you, baby.
She got a book coming out, ladies.
And some men.
There's a whole lot of men.
Yeah, I would say it's for men and women, but it certainly is written from
got
the
her book coming out pretty soon. When you think you'll be completing it? Because I done read every chapter. I'm the guinea pig.
He is the guinea pig, but you told me it was good.
It's awesome.
It was an excellent book. So hopefully in the next month or so, I'll be able to send it over to the editors. I've gotten quite a bit done, but I'm so very, very excited.
She's been working on this thing, y'all. When she get close to the end of things, that's when she start getting excited. So.
Yes. And once I get closer, then we'll do pre-sales and I'll have it on sale. We might even do some bundles for you guys where you can get, because really this book should have came before Audacious Intimacy.
But
the only reason why I say the timing was right. But this is a book on accountability. And everybody I've said that to, they're like, woo, people ain't gonna want that book because they don't want to be accountable.
But the reason I say that is because Audacious Intimacy, that's a fun book.
It's
and
very,
when you
very
read
fun.
that book, and really go through the chapters properly, that's something that you desire.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And if you desire that, now let's see what's keeping me from this.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So I think the alignment and the timing of the books is perfect because the setup has been done. Mm-hmm. Ooh, girl. Ooh, I want somebody for this. Okay, if you want this, sir,
madam,
maybe you need to ask yourself,
is it me, Jesus? Am I the problem? Right. Thank you so much for that, baby. I appreciate it.
Doubt.
I appreciate that. But if we don't have anything
I'm
else,
done.
Please make sure you go and subscribe to Love Jones Coaching on YouTube.
Mhm.
Share, like, encourage your friends.
Mhm.
Share it to your groups. If you
Mhm.
see our broken up segments all week or whatever, like them,
Yeah,
share them in
man.
your groups that you have, because we really are here of service.
Yep.
You know, we didn't start doing this to get rich. We did this
Ain't no
because
money in this. I'm gonna tell y'all that now. We ain't on tour.
no, yeah, but the main reason is because I like you saw such a disconnect between men and women, and we wanted to figure out ways to bring you closer together. So please like and subscribe. If you want to book time with us, go to www.lovejonescoaching.com.
Mhm.
On there you can book segments. You can also book segments,
Sections.
books sessions. And you can also order the book directly from the website at lovejonescoaching.com or from Amazon. The name of the book is Audacious Intimacy.
That is. We out
There it
this joint.
is. Baby, you're the best.
You want to?
I love you so much.
Do it like that, girl.
I know you do.
I mean,
It's the best. It's the best.
I know the way. That's why I don't need ways.
Shut your ass up.
Ain't no ways to tell me where to go.
Oh my goodness.